9,279 viewers. Grab every friend you have. If we could break 10K on day 1, I don't even care if we get like 5 viewers for day 2. We're so freaking close. This is the last game. Grab your friends. This determines who gets out of the group stage. Either Jaedong will continue in this tournament to the round of 8, or Journey will. Sadly, it can't be both. And they'll be joining the likes of Startail's Life, having a brain fart here, Bomber, and Beol. So without further ado, guys, for the last time today, spawning in the top left corner of Merry-Go-Round, it's going to be the light blue Terran player, Journey.
Journey changes color every single game.
He's like a chameleon.
I just realized.
Should have kept the one that he won with, obviously. In the bottom position, it is the red Zerg EG JD.
This is such a tough spot to be in for both players. I mean, Jaedong's cheese, I think, was supposed to close out that series. I like the metagaming involved with it to try and shut Journey down out of this. But Journey, at the same time, once again, opens up with the racks aggressively across the field. And this time, it's actually going to be a 2 racks. I don't know. I've watched a lot of Jaedong games, and he's not one of the Zerg who are susceptible to this. He's not one of the Zergs that fall to it every single time. Like, every Zerg player...
It's more like I'd never seen anyone 2x Jaedong.
But the thing is that mentality is from Jaedong's side is that he did was it 6 pull or something? No, it wasn't 6 pull. It was like 8 pull or something. Yeah. He did an early pull, so he forced, or he's thinking probably that he forced his opponent to think that he's gonna do something funky again, and I thought he was gonna go greedy, but then no, he's doing a standard opening. I am very on ball today. Everything I say just goes backwards.
So here's where this gets complicated. How does this go? Who wins this series with a build like this? This doesn't have to be something that ends in the actual 2 racks. We've cast plenty of games where 2 racks goes into a really weird, evenly out delayed macro game. But for Jaedong, his defense is going to have to be immaculate, because on one hand, we've always talked about the Korean server ends up being a little more aggressive, a little more cheesy, and chances are you see more 2 racks over there than anywhere else. There's a good chance Jaedong's got solid defense for this. There's some players who handle this the exact same way every time, and sometimes it wins, sometimes it fails. But I think the core part of all of this is making sure that bunker doesn't go up in the first place.
Oh, here comes some of the SCVs. You got 2 plus the original one that was scouting. Well, Jaedong sees it now that Overlord does see it, and what does he do? What does he do? Builds wings, pulls drones? No pulling of the drones?
I mean, it's really important he gets the queen out to get a creep timber down here. If he's got no creep to spread with, and he can't get spine crawlers down here, then he doesn't have the speed to engage upon. Yeah, there's really not a lot of marines here, though. These links might be able to jump in there.
They could take down 6 marines if he didn't micro.
Oh, he was going to try and run past. That was actually kind of a cool move, to go across the map and kill the SCVs of his opponent. But queen does spawn, and I think he can fight with what he has. Oh no, the bunker's up. I take that back. Now because it's utter death.
The one spine crawler did finish, I believe, or is very close to it.
Almost close.
I mean, creep's being spread. A couple links are taking some pepper on the way back in, but he's just going to sacrifice his natural.
Yeah, it looked to be the plan as he put that spine crawler in the main. So this can be really odd. I mean, there's 1 or 2 times where I've seen the sacrifice on the hatchery actually work out.
Oh, broodlings are first blood apparently.
No, it was a stick.
No, because we programmed it specifically so it wouldn't go off buildings. So weird things like Banley cocoons when they hatch, and broodlings apparently trigger first blood. We're learning. Alright, so this is kind of super contained setup for Journey. Jaedong's left with a couple of awkward options. He could try busting this, he could try taking his natural back. We've seen a lot of 1-base plays off this. He could just try and simply run past it. But of course, Journey's already pulled back to home, so if Jaedong does choose to run past it, it's not.
There's
gonna
no
work
running
for him.
past that wall.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he'll break through it eventually, right? Yeah, this is a pretty hardcore contain out of Journey and a really invested one.
Is that actually a wall?
Oh.
Third SCV has to repair. It's actually not repairing.
And actually, if there was 3 SCVs repairing at the same time, there's a good chance it would have lasted much longer.
Agreed. We're gonna need a little bit of creep spread out too if you want to get too much more on this. But let's just go in with the lings.
Go for it.
Yeah, big surround. He'll clean this up. Not a whole lot of issue.
Oh, he loses queen though. He loses both queens though. I think that was unnecessary.
I agree. A lot of lings are gonna go down for this, but I mean, Jaedong's already been set back in a big way. His natural base delayed, well killed. His queen's down, so that's gonna stop injects. I mean, this is a situation, please work, there we go, the income advantage. Look at this for Journey, guys, and this is off one base with only one mule. I mean, this is a huge advantage for income. We'll see if he can hold on to it, because banelings were not placed down, sorry, baneling nest rather was not placed down behind this, and there's certainly no busting through this.
Yeah, this is gonna be difficult. Journey didn't go very greedy at all. He didn't, back it up with 2 command centers. He went for the factory immediately afterwards, so he's gonna have these Hellions to push this back. Scans the main, I believe. Where did that go off? Yeah. To see if a baneling nest is in fact down, how scared does he have to be of these lings outside of his base, and the answer is not very. Like 6 Hellions, he walks down there and gets his command center.
Well, right now, Journey is in a position of power, I would say. Jaedong doesn't have the actual unit count here to deal with denying or delaying that natural for extended periods of time. With some luck, you may catch the Hellions actually as they move out, but that Banshee is going to be a very, very big problem, because once again, he doesn't exactly have 5 queens out like you want to have.
Oh! Almost! Surrounds one Hellion, takes it down.
Of course, kiting speedlings is never fun, no matter how good you are. APOC is like the only Terran player I know who's good at this.
But Journey's actually pretty good at it too.
Yeah, he gets a couple of kills, gets back here. Jaedong doesn't want to get too greedy. Of course, if he goes up a ramp, that's the last thing you want to do when chasing Hellions. Doesn't matter whether there's a lot or a little.
Journey. Banshees. Armory. Are we going to see this Hellbat Banshee push? That could be either really good or really bad. If Jaedong has any roaches whatsoever, I think the roaches deal with this very effectively, as long as he scouts the Banshee and gets spore crawlers. Which he does.
So Jaedong sees the Banshee, the cloak being upgraded. He was thinking of taking the 3rd for quite some time, the 4 o'clock position, but instead he pulls the drone back and starts working on the spore colonies.
I mean
excuse you.
Yeah, go back to Brood Warden, nerd.
Oh, sorry, spore crawlers.
It's okay. I say sunken all the time when I'm talking about spine collies. Okay, so this is kind of messy for a hold. I mean, we're seeing a couple drones bleeding out right now. Okay, nothing too big of a deal. He's got lings over here to catch the Hellions, or at least see the Hellions as they move out. Oh, that's awkward. He wasn't paying attention, so he's going to lose these.
Oh, no.
Losing too many drones.
I thought he was going to go 2-base muta. That's kind of what it looks like. There we go. Spire does come down. But nothing's going to be out in time to deal with this. The spine cars will help for a time. But as you point out, there's no roaches. There's not an abundance of queens. I think he's got 3 queens. Yeah,
no.
This is not looking good for Jaedong.
No,
but it looks great for Journey.
Yeah, I mean,
happy, sad.
Yeah.
Right, happy, sad. No matter who wins this game, happy, sad. Spine cars starting to be taken out here. He's got no way to really deal with Hellbats. You can't run in with those lings. Not with such a pittance. Not this number of them. Spore Power does reposition to try and take out that Banshee.
They didn't actually hold here. Just barely with the Queen Micro and the Spore Crawlers to take out the Banshee and the lings on the way.
What energy?
Transfuse it now!
Oh, I could have saved the other one. Joe's now being pulled in full retreat. Another Queen comes down for the main.
Run!
The Hellbats are in such a sick spot, though, that the lings cannot engage this.
But the Queens can take care of the Banshee, and the Queens also take care of the Hellbats as well. Don't put it back. Oh, Jaedong, no.
Those drones were suicidal. He cleans up the Hellbats, and you're right, he holds. And more importantly, the Spire actually gets up.
Oh.
Wow.
That was a little.
That was about as intense as it gets for a Zerg player on the defense, right? Because Zerg is usually pretty do or die, and that was really right in the lines there. But of course,
he didn't use a single drone in that attack.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was three dead before. Now left like that still. All right, so no, sorry, it's 9 dead because of the Banshee. The main.
Banshee did 6 kills.
8 mutas coming out very quickly. There's really not a lot of anti-air. He's rushing out a Thor, but one Thor is kind of iffy when it comes to mutas. I mean, low amounts of mutas, okay, sure, but this isn't something Jaedong is gonna like, I think, fall to. I'm gonna sneeze. You guys take over for a second.
Yeah. So missile starts were also coming up, and I have seen Journey do a lot of aggressive builds and go into mech on this map from it, and deal effectively with any sort of fast-ish mutas. So 1 with turret is all you need as long as you can repair it all.
Yeah, as we see. Keeps the muta though. That's big. This is a unit that needs to snowball. You will not do well if you start bleeding out 1 or 2 in the early game.
One volley from 1 Thor and 2 Viking.
Yeah, it's a dangerous combo. But the thing is, and you know, this is kind of ironic, the more Thors he invests into early like this could potentially be a problem. Because a lot of the times as a Terran player, like, okay, Thors do a lot of damage, and they pretty much like one-shot, two-shot most tier 1, tier 2 units. But if you've got a lot of Lings, if you've got a lot of Roaches, Thors are not good at dealing with a massive quantity of units.
Which is why Blizzard is rolling back on the Thor, what is it, priority they had from the Wings of Liberty and given back to anti-air first in the next patch.
Well, I think that has more to do with dealing with mutas in a big engagement than worrying about dealing with a lot of Lings. But oh, he's gonna get an armory here for free. This will actually stop his Thor production too. Of course, you need an army to deal with build Thors.
Sick boost.
Yeah.
Journey, you know, he was one of the, you know, versus Impact, that best of series. We did see him on this map expand towards his opponent in his exact same positions, although it was with Bio. Still works out well with Mech. I mean, you can get that 4th base on the plateau. What? And siege up tanks up there.
Yeah, I'm a little bit curious about this Burrow.
Oh, Burrow. I thought you said for real, and I was like, yeah.
Are you for real, Zombie? No, Tunneling Claw is probably going to follow this up. But usually you go for Tunneling Claws a little bit... Well, I don't know. He's going to get Roach Speed, of course, first. But Burrow's kind of an interesting choice. This will allow him to burrow the drones, I guess, and run bys and drops and whatnot. But, I mean, Roach Tunneling Claws could be cool if he had a chance to get the amount he needed. But the Roach count's really low. And like I said before, like they're good at dealing with a couple of... Thor's good with a couple of Roaches, but Jaedong really doesn't have enough to defend this, I think. Those mutas have to come home. He needs everything.
Oh, it's really important he got some Marines in here as well. You know, 2 Thors, a couple of Vikings, you can actually try and out-muta that, but with the Marines here, it's just not going to happen.
No, certainly not. Roaches are kiting back. I like this because, of course, he's not going to give Journey the advantage of the high rate of fire from those. Oh, he's going to get supply blocked here, though. Now the mutas come in to do what they can. Thors, oh, they come in clumped up, though. I think the Roaches will push this back, though, if just barely.
Yeah, Journey is not going to be able to push through. He has to pick up anything they can and go ahead and leave, but with the mutas still around.
That's sick micro, though, on the Thors and the Medivacs.
Oh, he takes all the... Whoa.
This is, okay, this is suddenly a momentum shift in Jaedong's favor, because Journey doesn't have a lot of siege tanks up at home. He's got 1. 2. Yeah, sorry, 2. But this is something that Jaedong can push into with relative success, I think. I mean, he's going to lose all these Roaches for sure. He's going to take too much damage from the tanks, I guess. Trying to follow up. I mean, the Thors, once again, are being spam repaired. So Journey's going to keep these alive.
The Banshee. The Banshee comes back to help out. Yeah, and this game has gone back and forth, Journey. You know, I knew Journey was going to do a push, you know, before maxed out. That's just how Journey plays, especially against Swarm hosts. But I didn't expect the one that was actually a very, very fast push out. So maybe not the best one.
Jaedong's 4th revealed through a scan. You know, this is a little bit uncomfortable, though. Mass Roach works when there's small quantities of units like this, but as we see, you can't really engage at the same time. You're supposed to split your opponent's forces. Mech is very, very Death Volley dependent. You can't really split the some of your Protoss players to segment off a Colossus and a couple Zealots. There's nothing actually blocking the top of the ramp. If he realized this, he could have kept running, but I don't think he realized it. So he goes for a Tech Lab, gets the Siege Tank consolation prize, but now he sends the Roaches in to deal with the other Siege Tanks, perhaps trying to segment towards the 3rd. Yeah. If you can kill that, that would be really nice.
Journey trying to do a perfect split right here, but not quite working out. You know what? It would be awesome if he had more Banshees. The 1 Banshee is cleaning up the one in the natural. If he had 2 more, they help clean up the 3rd as well. And he realized
that's why he sniped the turret. I thought he was going to snipe the turret because he was going to bring mutas back, but for the burrow to stop detection, that's actually really smart out of Jaedong. And he pushes Journey back to 2 bases. As a meching player on 2 bases, you're already starting to starve out. You're already starting to choke out of this game.
And your main is already ran dry.
Oh wow, I didn't even realize. Yeah, he must have been muling this like heavy because of course it started with the 2 racks. I completely forgot. Oh wow, Journey back down to 1 base with mech. This is not gonna work, I don't think. This is looking like
no intention of dragging out because he hasn't been droning in the past like 5 minutes.
He hasn't needed to though. He's on 65 drones. He's in a pretty good spot to just pump Roaches for the rest of the game. Now these siege tanks will hold defensively, as long as Journey, if he can secure a 3rd, he's still in this game. The longer Jaedong denies this, sorry, English again, this point of the day, the better it's looking for him. I think Journey's
looking to go in a bio, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say he might realize he can't afford mech, but to go concussive shells over stim is a bit of an odd choice. So maybe this is just to catch the Roaches.
Yeah, the same way that he got those Marines all against the Mutas, he's getting the Marauders all against Roaches. So he's not totally investing into it, but he's simply adding it, you know, as a helper, which is so interesting. We've certainly seen mech to bio and even bio to mech in Pro League and, of course, Journey, but it as purely a helper, you know, no stim, no combat shields, that's new.
Ooh, Jaedong takes a little too much pepper from his tanks and a Widowmine shot. Tries to push into the third, is driven off once again. I don't know how Journey's defending with such a low amount of units, but I think what Jaedong needs to do is just bulk up and stop going in for these little attacks.
It's the upgrade difference. Journey has two weapon upgrade versus Jaedong's only 1-1.
Well, I mean, siege tanks are still gonna hit like a truck no matter what.
Yeah. But I don't know. See, now we're starting to see Journey understanding that he just doesn't have enough economy to continue pushing for a mech, so he's gonna transition to late bionic.
Okay, yeah, getting that stem, getting that +1. It's an awesome move, guys. Certainly one of the newer styles of Terra, and one that's still a little undiscovered. But SKT being being ex-SKT, can I have to say, they were certainly some of the ones that were experimenting with first, along with a couple of other.
Wait, this actually looks like the stuff that Fantasy did. Now that you mentioned about
right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, Massview's gotta be careful though, because they do have a big weakness in Thors and Widowmines. They are really strong, but they're really easy to shut down if the player controlling them makes a small mistake.
Although Jaedong's creep spread and everything is so far ahead, it might actually starting to look like it's evening out.
You know, there's a lot of mech games that actually lose to creep more than anything else by having creep block out a fourth.
True. Yeah. You know, he's still not
transitioning into bio.
He's only transitioning into Marauder bio, though. He certainly is going to bio with the stim and the +1s, but his anti-air is purely Thor.
Yo, we just did it. 1050, 1050. 5 digits on Twitch, baby. We did it. Oh man,
insane.
I've been watching that like a hawk while we've been casting the game because I want to see if we can break it. It was so close. You guys, thank you for helping us do this with our own little event here. Oh man, okay, Jaedong's still being driven back. Focusing on the game at hand, we do have Tunneling Claws coming up. I really like this move. The problem is Journey's got turrets everywhere, so there's not going to be that surprise shark attack.
Is this Journey's last attack?
Well, I think
it is. Journey's pulling all his SCVs too.
Jaedong is such a bad competition against this, though. I mean, Roach Muta against Marauder, Tank Thor?
He's trying to trade, and that's the problem. I don't think he realized Journey was going for like this big decisive attack. If this came down to trading, Jaedong wins. You know, he set up so nicely with the Roaches, he set up with the Mutas, but this isn't a trade. This is a death ball push, and the SCVs are not here to sacrifice themselves like we see versus Protoss. They're just gonna spam repair this army forever. Well, until they run out of money.
I have no idea.
Base trade situation between Zerg and Terran. This is something you don't see every day.
Well, Jaedong's got the top right.
His
His army cannot fight the army of Journey. Journey's actually got nice siege things here in the main. Depots are going to force these into a horrible choke. These Roaches are just bleeding out. Every unit's so critical to Jaedong right now.
Journey totally takes this game. Jaedong just has nothing that can move back.
No, but wait. 14 mutas with 12 more on the way. 14 more on the way. 28 mutas. There's only 2 Thors.
There's a lot of Vikings and Thor. I mean, there's a lot of Viking and a couple of Widowmines as well with the Master Pair.
I take it back. I thought there was only 2 Thors. I don't know. This could still... maybe a bad engagement catches a move.
Journey still has a lot of stuff, and you know what? Oh my god, you know what? Jaedong could actually literally base race, like, last building type of shit.
Jaedong just needs to fight once properly with all his mutas and Roaches.
No, hang on. No, this is I think a lot more effective what Zombie Grubs describing because Journey's out of money. He's repaired himself to death. He cannot build like a refinery or a supply depot. If Jaedong were to completely kill the main, that would be it. Journey recognizes and starts lifting off, moving his buildings around, but Spine-Crawler Wall is also coming down. This is, I think, going to be the last stand of Jaedong, or this is going to be what buys him time to go for that base trade. And I think he's looking to actually fight, which I don't know that I agree with. There are 29 mutas.
Jaedong should bring Overlords and throw Overlords first to take shots of Widowmines and Viking volleys.
Yeah, he's got this huge rally of them that are, oh wow, what do they do? They're dancing over here, I guess.
That would be an absolute.
With all the drones too, because I guess, but Jaedong doesn't know.
I don't like this last hurrah move. I really think what Zombie Grub said, like a full-on base trade, would be his best bet. But Jaedong doesn't know that Journey's completely broke. Jaedong doesn't know that Journey has no money to work with. Oh god, drones have been evacuated. He can build 2 hatcheries. He can build a ton of extractors, whatever his heart desires. But he's got to build them soon because He's running out of buildings very quickly.
Alright, Jaedong builds hatchery at the 12 o'clock position. And also in the 1 o'clock position.
Okay, he's realized at this point he can't fight the army. I mean, the army supplies are even, guys, but it's not really the case because everything Journey has counters what Jaedong has so efficiently. Oh, there's only 2 Thors in the main.
What a flippin' sick game. After all the games, and I saw on the live report thread all y'all rating them 1 and 2 stars, and we end on this one. I was so hoping for this when I saw 2 racks. I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be one of those games, isn't it? Yes.
Oh, does he not see the hatchery? Okay, he does. Okay, he goes back for it.
What if he goes up there? He is trapped.
Oh, what is Jaedong planning to do, though? I guess Shark Attack with roaches? I mean, he has been slowly picking off the tanks, but Journey's now finally able to get some money out. He started mining up the natural with mules.
Oh, Jaedong didn't cancel the hatchery too. Oh, what a bummer.
Yeah, he has enough for another hatchery, though.
There's no Raven. There's no
There's a
protection.
Shark Attack. No, the Shark Attack won't work. Oh, I wouldn't Shark Attack here. I really... Oh, well, maybe with the mutas.
He flocks in, but he clumps. He needs to unspread immediately.
Oh,
no, he clumps on top of the Thors! Jaedong bleeding out units very quickly. So is Journey, but Jaedong's bleeding out a little bit faster.
The Marines. Oh, no, with the Vikings.
Oh, he might win the game. Oh, Jaedong's gonna win because there's nothing to shoot up.
Oh, my God.
Wait, no, there's 2 Thors back at home, though. He can bring these out.
Oh, wait, no, I think Journey wins this one, doesn't he? I can't
I think
tell.
Journey wins.
What's going on?
I think Journey wins. This is killing me. He's having him. There's 53 drones, but what is Jaedong gonna do with 53 drones? Bring them to the fight.
With them.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's Hellbats, of course, right? So that's why he's not doing it. But still,
I don't care.
Jaedong's gotta be careful. One volley. Ugh. GG.
Oh my God.